I wandered along the red, dusty path, listening to my breath go in and out through the respirator on my suit. It had been 4 days since I set out in the wilderness, marching toward Olympus Mons, the tallest of Mars's mountains. I brought no food and no water with me. That is how a spirit quest is done, a tradition established by the second generation of settlers, or so my father told me. We called ourselves native Martians, though if you ask me, the only natives to Mars were a few strange bacteria. Some of our traditions came from various religions of Earth. Others were things people made up during the generations since we came to this planet. Somehow, my dad had gotten me to believe in this stuff, enough to go on a spirit quest. On it, I was supposed to have a dream where I either hunted and killed a mighty animal, like a leopard or a dragon, or I befriended one, like a hawk or a crow. Whatever I experienced, the elders would interpret it using their secret scrolls. My vision had been total nonsense. Nothing but random stuff dreamed up by my subconscious. The interpretation would doubtless be that I was a loser who played too many video games. I promised myself, though, that if I ever had children, I'd not put such stale air in their heads as spirit quests or religions. Finally, I reached the ceremonial hut, a glass dome on an outcropping near the base of the great mountain. With a sense of relief, I punched in the code to open the airlock, waited for it to cycle, then stepped inside. I looked around. The surface of the dome was painted with magic runes which, to me, looked kind of like spiders, or maybe a child's drawing of a spider. In the center of the hut was a holographic fire. Of course, oxygen was too precious to burn on a Mars colony. Fires reminded us of our spiritual connections to Earth. It was a fake fire, for our fake beliefs. I sighed. On the far wall sat 3 people. My dad was in the middle. He was wearing his gray and blue ceremonial robes, which, to me, looked like badly fitting pajamas. He was the biggest of the 3, with the muscular frame common to Martian garbage collectors. He had a broken nose from a bar fight, and a scar from yet another bar fight. If he were to stand up and walk, he'd limp because of yet another bar fight. Hypnos, the shadow shaman, sat to his right, dressed in black. He had a silver kippah, a kind of flat brimless hat made of metal, atop his shiny bald head. He was thin, with an odd flat face like a Persian cat. Oya, the solar shaman, sat at my dad's left, dressed in sparkly gold clothes. Half her face was painted white, and the other half black. "Did you have a vision, Moonhawk?" my dad asked, his voice deep and serious.